The only thing I have to change is this. For the chat. Oh, I have to check that it doesn't... Okay, didn't log in the wrong thing. Okay, should be good to go. What's up? Finally home this time. Yep. Let's see what we have over here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I would have to catch up the last hour and 15. I am not going to be rewatching that. I will just start watching from whatever we started at the moment. I think that's going to be the game plan. Seppi lost the draft. I would have to recheck the draft, so they're just doing the highlights right now. Last set went 3-2, took a while. Okay. Wait, who played so far and who won? What's with this NFL picking? NFL is low-key not bad. It's definitely good against like the Bayeks, and it's like a long-ass armor break. If they don't have any cleanse, then the armor break, like an armor break that sticks for 3 turns, is definitely long. Big V and Badowni. Those are the two that won. Badowni, Big V won. Nice, good stuff, good stuff. Those are the people that I like to see winning. Why are they doing the highlights of legit the whole freaking match from A to Z? Oh no, Big V played Badowni. Big V won. Okay, fair. Oh wait, they only did one match so far with that was all the way best of 5? Oh Jesus. Well, Dark Jin, Gratz-ish, rip. They're saying like, say, watch us, let's replay the entire clip. Yeah, but they're replaying the whole thing. I don't want to look at like a half-assed match, man. I want to watch the match from start. Like, what the hell did I come into? This is insane. Yeah, that's definitely an insane one right there. They're replaying the whole freaking match, though. A to Z. Not a single piece is missing. Now let me actually open up my phone and farm for a bit. I haven't done that all too much. Wait, I did switch channel, right? Yeah, that should be fine. Titles are all looking Gucci. I don't even remember who's next. Well, actually, the this morning with the Korea region, the player that got in was happy about that one as well. I met Scholes a few times in both Korea and Japan. He's a great guy. He's definitely one of the fastest players in game. That dude is crazy fast. Do you like the current meta? I think it is a slight bit of an upgrade from the previous meta, from the looks of it. But if I really like it, I'm not sure. I actually did not really play it. Which one? Scholes. Or Scholes, or whatever his name is pronounced. Zepha! Zepha is a great guy as well. He's just doing all of these kind of things for fun. Ooh, he has a strong box at the moment. Look at that. Double Panda, Light Gojo, Gianna. Yo, that's insane. That's hell insane. Yeah, Sholas is like 240 plus, easily. Like 240 plus on the low base speed unit. Like, I'm pretty sure Sholas has the fastest runes in the game. SoulHunter is actually a Brazilian player as well, right? I haven't seen too much of him, except that he was pretty high ranked from time to time. But Zepha was always going for the crazy units. That was so Zepha. Zepha was the first one to just start using like light Ezio and crazy shit. Wait, actually both of them have light Gojo. That's pretty insane though. I've light Gojo, guildmates always yell at you for not picking him. Yo, brother, do this. Go light Gojo Okeanos. You're gonna like me for that one. Yeah, they actually have a fair bit of American or Brazilian players, which is good though. Like, I do hope that at least like 1 or 2 Brazilian players make it through for just the whole cup in general. Is Light Gojo so good? Light Gojo is definitely good. But you need good additional damage for it. Like, Okeanos needs additional damage, and Light Gojo needs additional damage as well. Sup, Captain Bice? I didn't. Wait, did we not get a shout out for this thing? Apparently not. Strange. Let me do like a shout out myself. Okay, let's see. Tian Lang in the first pick. Ooh, that's very early for Tian Lang, though. Did you already do the Ember track this rotation? I'm at 42, and I got the boss to like 5% HP 3 times. I was annoyed. Zezas is a smart player, though. Zezas is definitely a smart player, but he's also a crazy lucky player. Okay, not liking the Angela that early, though. Also not too sure about a Vanessa pick on the side of Zepha. I don't think he really needed a... Like, he was looking for a fire unit, understandable, but the Vanessa was not really the take. So quiet, no sound. I don't have sound from the game because they're also casting and I'm casting myself. Or I am soft, that could also be a thing. But then just crank up your stuff. Josephine could do good over here. Yeah, I don't have music on the side of YouTube, no. Okay, interesting. I'm not liking the Vanessa in this draft. I like Zepha's draft in general, but I'm not liking the Vanessa of it. Ooh, good additional turnover there. Also already good damage. Could go for an armor break right now, but will be cleansed later anyways. Ooh, armor break off element, okay. If you have to stun anything at the moment, Josephine will take a turn. 3 stuns actually. That's a lot. Ooh, good stun on the Oliver right there though. Going in for the all or nothing, yes sir. But this skill 3. This is why Gojo is that good. Like your whole team stunned. Nope, whole team not stunned. Like it has a lot of other stuff. Wait, armor break setup. Skill 3, let's go. How much damage? Good, 5k hits. Oh, he missed a crit. He missed 1 crit. He was 1 2k hit. If he didn't have that 1 2k hit, he would have taken the unit out. Ooh, resisted on that stun as well. But I think Zepha's still in the driver's seat. Armor break. Okay, kills, right? Skill 2, high add damage. Ooh, sliver of health once again. Sliver of health. Great bounce. Kind of a useless proc. Okay, never mind on that increase though. Okay, fair's fair, procs both ways. Probably in the monkey. Monkey and then S2. Ooh, not enough bar because of TLing, of course. This one, you better just, well, yeah, no, you sent S2. Hasn't landed though. Ooh, that's rough, that's rough. One hit of armor break. Oh, what? This gotta be 100 res miles. Or 100 res Oliver. Yeah, that's for sure 100 res Olivers. Brazilian players are weird though, man. Brazilian players are weird. They put 100 res on like everything. They also really love their 100 res Velajules. 2 turns away from your S3. That is pretty far though. Monkey skills, no skills. No stuns, no nothing. S2, probably Bayek. Okay, is he gonna try for the kill here? Lots of procs back and forth though. Do you have a Zepha pro? Ooh, okay. That's not great. Armor break, but not help you. Additional turn, bad additional turn. Wait, do we stun it right now? Skill 1, stun. It's really YOLO, but okay, didn't went for it. Okay, also the reset of the Vanessa is already gone. Doesn't kill it though. TLing will kill itself. Ah, man. I'm telling you, man, Brazilian players proc more. I'm 100% telling you, in general, Brazilian players proc more. Proc on the S3 still win. Ah, no, man. He had all the chance to proc on that one. If he procced on that one, he would have still won. Crit rate on this? No crit. Well, he still takes out... Yeah, he still takes that out. I think Zepha still has it. Skill 2 takes it out. Oh, kind of depends, though. If he CCs that, does he see it 2 turns? Oh, that's too much. That's too much. Okay. Issue is that he will get a revive at some point on something he doesn't want. Okay, that's actually good that he did not revive that. Okay. No, don't send the S2. Skill 1, good damage though. But this Josephine will take it out. Man, this guy is sitting on so many more procs. If that freaking Bayek proc there, man, it would have been so good. Wait, does he take it out? Oh, that's bad. That's actually bad. If he misses this... What? Brazilian players have more RNG, man. You can't tell me anything else. You cannot tell me anything else than Brazilian players have more RNG. Holy hell, how many procs are you up already? Very late armor break. Okay. Wait, it's not... that's... Yep, was expecting that cut. No, man. No, man. That ain't no 22%. I'm telling you that much, man. That ain't no 22% right there. If there were a little bit more on the side of Zepha, he would have definitely had a fight. Well, if he has 2 armor breaks, Vio? No armor break. No armor break. If he had the armor break right there, it would have been fine. No armor break once again. Does take it out. Okay, okay. I see potential. There's not too much damage. Ooh, he missed. But also, okay, counter gone. Skill 1. Armor break. Kills. Comes back. No additional turn. Yeah. Skill 1. Yeah. Zepha taking it down. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, my boy Zepha. Yes, sir. Nice. Nice. Good one. Like, I always root for the person that's proccing less. Let's go. Let's go. Josephine, absolutely no damage. Let's freaking go on that one. Yeah, imagine losing with that many procs, man. Imagine losing with that many procs. TLing balanced? Yo, hey, the RNG was balanced. Like, I don't care how you won. If that Ashur would have procced any time earlier, it would have been hella GG. Okay, what do we have? Gojo being pre-banned. Interesting, also pre-banning your own unit. Let's see what we go for first picks then. Do we just go Shiho first pick? It's been pretty common in SWC with pre-bans. Shio for the first pick, Reno. Tian Lang first pick. What? Why would you do that? No, not a big fan of Tian Lang first pick, Zepha. Not a big fan. I would have rather seen a Shiho first pick. Because Souls goes like Shiho Okeanos right now, I would say. Locking into very good units. Ciara is an option. What kind of speed lead? Probably Zepha goes back to Vanessa. Yep. Does he go Vanessa Okeanos? I'm not liking it. Vanessa Atna, not liking it. Vanessa Sonia, not liking it. Josephine. Josephine is okay. Josephine is okay. Probably goes back to the Angela. Because he likes to go for pussy drafts. No, not sure, actually. I don't know too much about SoulHunter. Chandra. Not a big fan of Chandra in this draft, to be honest. No, take that shit away. Yep, goes back to the Angela. Told you. I don't even know this player can still predict this draft by how he was playing last time around. If my Angela proc that much, I would have drafted more Angela, that's for sure. Chow. Early Chow, though. I could see a Diana being super good right now. Loki, you know which unit would be absolutely insane at this moment? Savannah. If you have a great rune Savannah, Savannah will be so strong in this matchup. I wouldn't be surprised if at some point SWC players start picking up Savannah. Because you have too much of these kind of units in the draft that I do think that Savannah is really solid. Too early for Chow, yep. Chow is actually pretty good in the game. Don't leak Obabo tech. I didn't even know Obabo was doing that. I'm not liking the 4 and 5 of Zepha that much. It's not too hard. It's not contesting enough. Sure, they can do decent damage, but it's not contesting enough. I like the 4, the 5 not so much. Akroma doesn't do enough in here. But then again, you have to keep in mind, Okeanos will be really strong against a Savannah, so you have to be careful with that, of course. Same with like Fire Monk, so it's only like a 5th pick. Miles. Miles is a great pick as well, but you kind of have to ban the Angela. Yep, bans the Angela, makes sense. You have to ban the Angela, otherwise you would be fighting sustaining comp. And in this case, the Akroma becomes super weird. Like, if the Akroma was a Diana, he would have, like, face-tanked his ass so bad. Okay, Tian Lang gets the stun. Josephine, how much can you do and where are you going to do it? Yep, makes sense. Are you going to get stunned on your... Ooh, he actually is off-turned. Is Akroma... Oh, no, wait, the Akroma passive. Like, the Akroma passive, it's normal. But yeah, you wanted to do the Akroma S2 on the Sierra right now, but yeah, that's not possible. Double resisted? What the fuck is even that? Wait, what? Additional turns. Oh. It's not gonna take it out. Well, there's additional turn. Good dot damage, I guess. Ooh, being pretty lucky for killing exactly not. Despairs. Okay, that's why I didn't the additional turn. Yep. SoulHunter better draft here. And better value. But definitely a fair bit of a better draft. Yeah, you can proc all you want right now on TL Lang, but you're not going to come back from that. The Akroma was too bad. If you had anything better than Akroma in the 5th, you would have had a fair chance. I would have rather seen Okeanos in the Akroma slot. But also, I'm not too much of a fan of Vanessa if you don't have any proper damage dealers coming after. Like, if you're a Vanessa player and you have Zeratul, makes sense. But if you go Vanessa and you have no proper damage coming after, it's not that crazy. Despair Sierra is pretty common. Okeanos into 3 water units. There were only 2 water units at the field at that moment. Well, actually, no, it would have been kind of bad. He would have. He should have went for any kind of wind bruiser, but there's not too many wind bruisers at the moment. So that's once again where I said Savannah would be crazy good. Why did he take a picture with his earpods in? That's so random, though. Sponsored by Apple. Windbike would be good as well. Definitely. Yep. Sahad will be pretty good in that too. Absolutely. Okay, let's see. Pre-bans. Dark Monkey and Angela ban. Nice. Dominic? Dominic would be decent, yeah. But Dominic is kind of bad into Sierra, I think, more than the others. Athna was good in the draft there. Well, that's kind of the awkward thing. Like, if you first pick a Tian Lang, that makes your Athna play a lot worse. Okay, this time around goes for locking in the monkey. Makes a lot more sense than trying to smacking a Tian Lang early. I'm not sure what the Tian Lang first pick was on that previous match. I didn't like it. Okay, early Hey Gang. Well, Hey Gang is mostly in like 2 or 3 spots, so it's not that bad. Okay, liking those, liking those. Diana. That's why you're smacking Tia Lang in the 5th. I kind of did expect the Tia Lang in the 4 already, because of the Hey Gang. Thoughts on Dark Megami? I'm personally not the biggest of fans, but I've seen some people do decent with him. I'm a huge fan of Cigar. How good is he right now? I think Cigar might do decent. We don't see Laura anymore. We definitely do see Laura's, but not everyone has a Laura. We go for the, what's it called? Valeska on the 5th. Kind of like that. Yeah, I kind of like that. Because it's most like the 100 res on Valeska. It's very common. 100 res, high HP. Is respected. Makes sense. Diana and Misty might do a lot of work on this one, though. The Hey Gang is not interesting. Because you just sent all damage on the Misty. Yeah, in this case, I would just simply... Oh, you could even S3 the Diana. Diana was... Oh, yeah, no, yes. Wait, he wakes it up. Okay. Is an option, is an option. Waits the turn on the Misty, just as one. Okay, how much can we do on this? Doesn't do all too much. Best thing you can do right now is S2. You have to S2, actually. You could go for an S1 stun, but it would be very risk. No, it would actually do nothing. I would still say you go for an S2 just to remove the shield. If you go S3 right now... Yeah, I kind of like that he doesn't go for S3 at that moment. What the fuck is that damage, mind? What? That damage, though. He did have armor break on this very first hit, so the first hit was like 4.5, second hits were like 7Ks. Yo, Miying is still hella gangster, man. That thing is insane. I'm still salty that I went for freaking Dark Demon. Dark Demon is not bad at the moment, but it's not this kind of heavy hitter. Holy shit. Yep. GG. Good draft from Zepha this time around. No Tian Lang in the first pick. Thank you. That's what we like to see. The video of me with Miying cracks you up. Which video was that? Hit like a truck. He hits insane, man. So much damage. Well played by Zepha over there. Very solid draft. Let's see what we can do for the next. Pre-bans. Angela is going to be in the match because SoulHunter definitely does like a Angela in his matchups. How many more matches left? A lot of matches still. I think they only played like 2, so there's still like, what, 5 left then? I'm not sure. Prelims is... Oh, sup, Ethamore. How you doing? But this still has a lot of matches. I'm not entirely sure how the brackets look with the... with this. Is there like 8 players? Should be 8 players. And then there's 4 matches and then another 4. So there's 8 matches in total. This is the 3rd, so there's like 6 more matches. Wait, what? Yo, my brother Zepha, what the... what is this brother doing? This is SWC Zepha, what the fuck are you doing? This man has... What the hell? This man is cooking something, man. Yo, I've never seen that in an official match. That is once again only Zepha. He's like, I cannot draft the light Ezio, which he did in previous years. He's just like, yo, let me lock in a unit that we do with rehearsals. But the thing is, these things are all the way at the bottom. He has to scroll all the way freaking down to lock in that fucking stupid thing, man. Duh, man. That's insane. The only reason that I can say that this pre-ban makes a little bit of sense is because every unit that SoulHunter plays, Zepha also plays, and therefore he doesn't want to pre-ban it. That's the only reason I can say, which has somewhat of a reason. It's like, yo, we're playing all the same units, and I want to have the availability of all of the counter picks. So I can kind of get it in this meta, to be honest. Is that smart to do? Still no. Wait, that's definitely Tian Lang. Hey, yo, if I've seen a Tian Lang pick in my life, it's here. Slot 4 Tian Lang, let's go. 100% Tian Lang. If you're not picking Tian Lang, Loki, Tian Lang, or Chroma, you have a great match. Go Tian Lang or Chroma, you have a great match. He's probably also thinking about the Pader. Pader is not bad in this as well. Valeska. Valeska, Tian Lang. Makes it awkward. Yeah, double Panda. I'll take it. Should have went Tian Lang, man. Should have went Tian Lang. Tian Lang is way too good to not use in this kind of setup. What do you think about Gurkha? Not that great at the moment. Okay, that's a ban on Pader if I've ever seen one. Other side, probably ban on the Athna, I guess. Let's see what they go for the bans. But Athna Pader does make a lot of sense. Athna and Sierra. Sierra also makes sense. But in this case, I could see still a role. It kind of depends if Okeanos is like crazy fast Fio or not. If Okeanos is crazy fast Fio, then he will outspeed a Shiho. But that's kind of 50-50. Nope, does not outspeed it, so Okeanos is stunned, potentially. That was definitely stunned right there. Okay. Doesn't do all too much. Definitely send the S2. Did get an Oliver stun. Oliver stun is definitely nice as well. Because now you have the rotation of your S3. Are you going to steal from the monkey? It's probably the best play. Steals one from the monkey. Not the one that you wanted. Immunity was better. Yep. And now we have some panda damage. Panda damage. Did a monkey outspeed without speed? Yeah, but the monkey's always swift, right? Ooh, big shield though. The Josephine was dealing like near to no damage as well. So that does kind of make sense. Good provoke landed though. Skill 2, stuns. Ooh, not connecting the stun, but still provoke though. Ow. That hurts. That hurts a lot too. Okay, should take out the Okeanos. Ooh, sliver of health. Okay, additional turner. Okay, if you full focus on the Oliver right now, I think he should still be good to go. With your S2, let's go for the S2. Additional turn, not really the one that you would have wanted. Focusing Megami first makes a bit of sense. Yeah, and this right now, if there was a Tian Lang on the field, Tian Lang would do so much more work. Ouch. Well, fair procs thus far. It's kind of 50-50-ish, a little bit in the favor of SoulHunter. Yeah, these monkeys of most players are like 230-ish. 230, 235 is very common for these monkeys. Okay. Ooh, good damage, but not good enough. Because now you can start resetting the panda as well. Didn't land. No hit on this. Stuns. No stuns. Well, Oliver can't control 3 units unless he procs imperfect cycling. Ooh, the double misser. The thing you don't like to see on Oliver, the double misser, and the GG and W for Zepha with the disrespect on the freaking pre-ban. Oh man, the pre-ban, what a hero, what an absolute legend. SoulHunter in shambles after the pre-ban. Exactly. Yeah, that pre-ban was hella insane. Actually, on the side of YouTube, you still don't hear any of what they're saying because it's not sending that stuff through. Oh, now they're gonna go for the highlights, which was like the whole match once again, right? Is 3net5 useful? It's weird. If he was not an HP type, he would have been good. But he's an HP type, so he's weird. Check his win rate in G3. 2. Free units. Wait, is he used once and won once? Pretty sure that unit is never used in RTA. Or it's just used for like weird fun stuff. Let's see. Replay of the whole freaking match. How to make your stream longer. Who's the next one to play? Well, we haven't seen the brackets in a bit. Not even sure if this... Oh yeah, it's over here. It's played 2 times. And it has a 50 win rate. Yeah, Zepha with the disrespect there in the pre-ban, that's insane. Okay, what's the next matchup? Zezim? Is that how you say it? Zezim? Very normal elemental units right there. Reeki. Ooh, Reeki. That's gonna be a nice one. Love to see that kind of matchup. Ooh, we're gonna have interesting matchups then. Because we're gonna have potentially Reeki against Zezas. We're gonna have Zera against what's it called? At least if that's how it worked, I don't know. Yeah, Reeki. The man is playing very well the last few seasons. I expected him in Legend Tournament. Now, Reeki is a really solid player. I definitely do expect him to make it in. Zezim has a difficult matchup right here. Finish rank 6. Against the 93 on the side of Zezim. First picks, pre-bans. Pre-bans probably on Light, Twin Angel on one side, maybe Sonya on the other side. So Reeki banning Sonya. Oh, banning T and Lang, okay. Suggestions on build for the Light Gojo. Speed, HP, accuracy or speed, HP, defense or anything in those kind of scenarios. And then additional damage by speed and defense and HP. And it's Swift. Oliver pick one side with the Shiho and the Megami on the other side. Very common early picks. Josephine, Okeanos. Okay, Josephine, hey gang. Makes sense as well. Okeanos on the left side. Okeanos into 2 water, but I think you can definitely still get away with it. Could also go into Fire Monkey Misty, but might be a little early. Full meta so far. This is very much the meta that we have here. Let's see what he's looking at. Jogun. Does he go Jogun Sierra? Jogun Layla. Interesting combination of the two. Like individually, I kind of like them, but together with the whole, like the 1 and the 2 that are on the field already, I don't like it as much. We have a Miying, and that's a crazy strong Miying as well. Nobara. Is okay. I like the Nobara into the Layla for sure, but into the Jogan it's not as great. Seimei signals a ban on... No, Seimei is terrible. Don't pick Seimei. Seimei would hella injure a whole match. Because I would leave Seimei in. It's not going to do anything. Irene makes a lot more sense. Yeah, he has to ban Nobara for sure. Other sides, I would probably respect the Irene. And then probably your... Miying can do a lot of work. Miying, Oliver are supposed to do the work, the heavy load, the heavy lifting. Ooh, leaves the Nobara in. I think Nobara's gonna kill Zezam's team pretty badly. The only thing is Shio does have the protection against the Nobara because of the invisibility. Stun, where do you go? Goes for the Oliver. Gives Oliver a little bit of an off turn, potentially. Ooh, that's cut. Wait, is this Joe Gun on Fire or Despair or some weird shit? Because that was not looking Swift-like. That was looking very far from Swift. Okay, S2, simple. Now the Nobara can probably land some provokes. If you land the provoke on anything that has a skill 1 debuff, you're good to go. Should have actually aimed that for... Yeah, okay, wait, he actually landed that on the Megami, which is the perfect target. How is the Megami that many turns and provokes, though? Yep, debuffs for days. Yeah, Megami, or not the Nobara's gonna fuck you up from here. Easy Reeki win, yep. Yeah, especially because of that provoke on the Megami, that's insane. You wanted either provoke on the Megami or on the Layla. Those were like debuff providers on skill 1. But getting that on the Megami for even a double turn is insane. Imagine me stunning the Nobara over here. It doesn't. It's not that int. But yeah, that's also Josephine shields are just doing too much work. You can send the S2. Does actually hit that. But if you send the S2 right here, yeah, half HP gone. Oh no, wait, actually because of the cleanse. The cleanse removes the debuffs. But if you land S2 here on either Megami or on the Layla, it's GG. Because Layla S1 goes for Nobara right now. Will definitely land anything. Worst case scenario, you land a double turn glancing. Double turn glancing, GG. GG. Ain't no way. Imagine if that additional turn right there. Well, Shiho could maybe do something, but pretty GG. Taking out the Oliver, makes sense. But yeah, Josephine is going to take out 1 unit right now. Yep, and then you send the S2. What was that going to do? Absolutely nothing. I'll give you full bar. It is something. How did he not ban the Nobara? Well, he does know that the Miying of Reeki is absolutely crazy, though. And Nobara takes out her own HP. Yeah, Heigang with the strip, it's still fine. Full glancing, rips. Additional turn when we don't need it. And G to the G. Easy play by a Reeki over there. Okay, so this time around we do have Tian Lang potentially in the field and the Light Twin Angel potentially in the field. Good ref from Reeki. Yeah, did not expect anything else than a good ref from Mr. Reeki. He's a really good player. He's also been playing a fair amount in batches, always hovering around top 10. Top 10 to top 20. Something along those lines. Let's see what we get. Oliver's gone, so probably Shio first pick. It's the most common thing out there these days. Then probably Raigeki goes into a Sierra Twin Angels. He's gonna wait all the way to still lock in the most meta unit in game right now. Sierra Twin Angels, Sierra Josephine. Okay, stealing the Josephine, knowing that the enemy cannot take the Twin Angels. Makes sense. Do we go back to the Megami? No, we're actually gonna go for stealing or taking the Jogun again. But the Jogun was weirdly slow. I'm pretty sure it's either Despair or Vio, and I'm not a big fan of that. I really don't see the reason for doing that. Plus, also last time, the Jogun didn't have any pairing for the attack buff. Like, the attack buff on all of the units were kind of useless. War the Twin Angels. It's not the worst, but I could see a world where Raigeki goes his Twin Angels right here now. NFL. Okay. I've seen a fair bit more of NFL and SWC thus far. If I'm a big fan, not sure. Not sure. Okay. Going more for an all-round draft rather than a Cleavy draft. Is definitely not bad. What do we answer with on this side right now? I'm liking the draft on the side of Raigeki already. Is Kiki relevant anymore? As a last pick, maybe, but in general sense, it's not that great. At least not for RTA. Okeanos. Okay. Diana. Not a big Diana fan in this position. Bike is kind of already there to deal with it. Chow. Okay. Yeah, that's a fair Chow. I would say in current meta, Chow is definitely not as bad as he was in previous meta. But it's still one of those units you expect to do a lot and could end up doing absolutely nothing. That does signal a Diana ban. On the other side, you could ban the Chow, could ban the NFL. Diana's banned. Say compete in SWC next year. We shall see. This year I did not go for it because I did not really like the meta, in all honesty. It was way too RNG for my liking on the meta. Everything has like half an activation check. And I was not a big fan. Still not a big fan, to be honest. Shall you lose this as your de-runing? Well, let's see. We can strip everything into the Okeanos S3. Okay. We're gonna put Chow off the field. Yeah, you can scroll trap Chow. I would definitely do that. Okay. We don't do that. Okay, never mind. Raigeki is sacking. Yeah, these kind of matchups is like one of those reasons I'm like, yeah, do I really want to compete for SWC to just at some point get a matchup like this and be like, okay, GG's, try again next year. So yeah, I don't know. Yep, that will take it out. Yep, Raigeki definitely did sack on this one. Did he have the better draft in general? I would say so, but I think he would have won regardless, but it's kind of hard to say. Because in the end, Zezas missed like legit everything. And from this point on, there's no coming back. Exactly that. It did not even get resisted. He just activated 0 out of 4. What can you do, man? GG next. That's all you can do. And that is frustrating. All you can do is say GG next. That's why I don't want to compete at the moment. The unit has a 60% activation check, decides to full activation check, nothing. Slow Jogun missed everything. I'm also not sure why the hell you would have a slow Jogun. Like, I never understood that. There was an Okeanos 2 times miss still in the prelims. Oh yeah, that happened to me before as well. It's super stupid. Procs. I so expected the proc into the justice over there. Mental health more important? Yep. I competed for 5 years. I got a bunch of shirts here on the thing. I got 1 medal out of those 5 years. So at least I got 1 medal. And I did lose 4 years as well in the first round. But, there's one thing I can say. I'm the only player that won 5 out of 5 prelims. I never lost in prelims. And there's not a single player in the game that has that record. Is it really useful? Not really, but at least I have that record. So yeah, every year that I participated, I did get a shirt. That's the only thing you get from winning prelims. You get a shirt. And you get to the tourney. Prelims gold, yeah, something like that. Well, Raigeki is steamrolling his matches so far. Both drafts look very favorable. Is Raigeki trying to pull a Zepha but kind of going half in with this Draco ban? What are these pre-bans, man? What the hell are these pre-bans? Well, at least they give me a thumbnail. I don't mind. Hey, thank you for a thumbnail. I don't mind that one. Will you ever compete again? If I really like the meta at some point, I would definitely compete. Because in all honesty, I would rather compete than cast. But I would only compete if I have a chance to do better than the previous years that I did. So I would actually only compete if I have a chance to make it to World Finals. Otherwise, I would probably not compete. Or if I feel like I have a chance to make the World Finals. And Europe is hella stacked, though. Europe is absolutely insane. The last 3 years. Or actually, most of the years, to be honest. Well, let's see what we have over draft here. I'm not sure about a Sekhmet because the enemy already shows a faster potential. It would be possible if the Sekhmet is willed. Seeing that this Jogun earlier was on a weird-ass Vio build. Oh, yeah, okay, never mind. Raigeki won. Raigeki won. EU is stronger than any other region, but Asia have stronger individuals. I agree. Like, if you take the full top 8 of one region versus the full top 8 of a different region, Europe would definitely win. Maybe China server would be on par, but I'm not sure. But 100% Europe is like super high up with top 8 versus top 8. But then if you look at like individual units, you have like the Kalian, Baal, the Les, Tars, blah, blah, these kind of guys. Yeah, they definitely go 1-for-1 on the European plays for sure. Okay, we have Juno in. I think Juno just wins this match. Great drafting by Raigeki once again. Good read on the 4 and the 5. Also, that segment was really weird because you know... Cringe. 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 That's why I don't like this meta. Everything is half an activation check, man. It was nothing resisted, it just didn't activate. I hate those freaking activation check nonsenses, man. And then he lands armor break on that while stripping 2 debuffs. That's low activation rate as well, but he can land that. Like, well, then again, I must say Raigeki was kind of lucky in the previous match. How he kind of goes back and forth, but still cringe. And I still think Juno wins regardless, to be honest. How much are we looking at? 2.2k no speed buff. Yep, no, this Juno already won. This Juno already won by the first damage it shows. Send the S2, give speed buff to the Juno so we can speed this all up a little bit. Yep, thank you very much for that. 2.4s? 2.6s? Ew, Raigeki, ew, that's nasty. Don't do the man like that. Give him a little bit of a chance. 2.6s on the Juno. That is disgusting. Juno's gonna solo this whole draft though. Okay, the Juno is kind of squished though. Juno is a little bit on squish side, so probably higher attack. And by being higher attack, you are a little bit more susceptible to getting clapped. He definitely has to start sending stuff on the Juno already. If he starts focusing Juno right now, nope, GG. If he started focusing Juno right now, he might have had a chance. But 2.6s, man, get that shit off the field. Like, if you remove the speed buff, you would have had less damage on your ass. Ooh, Monkey landed double with a glancing. Yeah, never mind, Juno wins. Juno wins. Juno wins. 2.8s? Well, that's insane. I thought I had a good Juno. Apparently not. Well, I have a good Juno for stats. Artifacts could be better. But my stats on the Juno are pretty solid. Even 2.4 wrong element. Damn. Damn. But once again, all I can say, Raigeki, very nice drafting. Very, very solid drafting all 3 matches. He made it look very easy. I think from here, they probably go into codes and then break. Yep, solid drafting throughout right there. Want to see True? I'm not sure if True will place today or he plays tomorrow. Because for America's Cup, they have the same thing as Europe, where they have play like half of the people today, half of the people tomorrow. And then all of the people that did not win in one of the 2 days has to play on the second week. But yeah, that is solid and a half June, no. That's for sure. Quickest set by like 20 minutes. Yeah, he took that very fast. Light Ivor usable right now. I'm not a big Light Ivor fan in current meta. Also, it's just half activation rates. Like she's definitely one of those issues. All her skills are like half activation rates, and it just makes her bad. What are these gentlemen saying? Okay, so these are all of the people that we have today. So either Big V or Zezas goes through, or Zepha or Reeki goes through. I actually voted in all 4. So True will place tomorrow. I think it will be Reeki Big V. I think so as well. I think that would be like the better players. Yeah. Give me them code. I'm too lazy to type myself. Thank you, Abs. Yeah. Good luck on summoning the collab units. They're all ass. They're all trash. Like they kind of messed up on that one. Got Dark Jin, he's dog shit. Yep. Yeah, he deals no damage. It's kind of funny, like, how does that work where in they release a new LD unit in Etheria and it's absolute dog shit? Around the same time that they did the collab in Summoner's War of only releasing dog shit units. Like, are they discussing that kind of shit with one another? How does that work? Like, hey, August month is a release units with dog shit multipliers month. Deal? Deal. Okay, 10-minute break. I'm gonna be taking a bit of a break as well. So be right back, gonna grab some water. Would you think the collab units will be pseudo game breaking? No, they're all trash. Yeah, definitely Dark Jin is a worse Jack. How many medals do we have right now? I'm actually not sure. But yeah, I'll be right back for a second as well. Yes, sir. I think we'll be looking at good matchups. Big V Zezas, Reeki Zepha. Good stuff, good stuff. What would you guys say winning on these ones? Big V Zezas and Reeki Zepha. I definitely do think that Reeki Zepha is more favorable for Reeki by a longer shot than the Zezas Big V match. I think that Zezas Big V match is closer. Is Big V Asian? Yes. He lives in Montreal, but he has roots in China. Actually, when I was in China for the EWS, at the same time, Big V was in China in Tianjin, I think. And he was like, "Oh, give me the address of your hotel and let me send you some snacks from my hometown." I was like, okay. So he actually sent me some snacks and that kind of stuff, which is kind of funny. We got a raid. Wait. Thanks for the raid, man. We're not playing Etheria at the moment, but we're doing some Summoners War America's Cup prelims, qualifiers, viewer party, casting, that kind of good stuff. They're starting in about 20 minutes or 20 seconds. What about Gurkha? If you place him next to like an Angela and those kind of things, then it still could be decent as like a late pick. In the end, the only thing that they removed from Gurkha was his healing, which definitely made him most broken. But Gurkha can still do the surviving. If his healing is fixed by other units, then Gurkha's still the same old Gurkha. It's definitely not as bad as people might make it sound. But is it anything crazy? Nah, not really. I think about Light Layla. Oh, Jessica. I do know that Glorious is a big fan of her. Personally, I'm not. I think she does too little. You dropped 11 LD5s on your account. In total, 3 of those were Dark Onimushas. That's pretty horrible. I still can tell you I know a story, and that's probably 4 times as worse as yours. But that is pretty bad, rip. And that story is, there's a Thai streamer, and she pulled, I think, in 6 or 7 LDs, when there were no blessings yet for LDs. 6 or 7 LDs got her 5 Jaras. Like, what the fuck is even that? What the hell is even that? That doesn't make any sense. Got double Nefties. Is usable, arguably, for Siege. But probably, even if I get a double, like a second Nefties, I would just straight up feed it, man. Fuck that shit. Give me a blessing. If I have the chance to skip out on a bad unit, I would absolutely take that chance. Let's see what Big V has cooking up. I do think he probably plays a lot around Okeanos and stuff. Are the odds for Zezas? Well, Zezas is a Brazilian player and he really knows how to proc. He definitely does know how to proc. So let's see. I called out Zezas before for being the most lucky player on the planet during the prelims of last year. And then people were like, why do you call him lucky? And then he managed to proc 7 times in a row. Not in total in the match. No. 7 procs in a row on the side of Zezas. And he lost the match. He lost that match. But let's see what it does for this year round. Oliver on the side of Zezas. Big V, how do we respond? Ooh, okay. Interesting. Going still for Twin Angels. Yeah, definitely. That was like a guaranteed pickup from Zezas right there with the Shio and the Okeanos. Not sure if I'm liking the style of Big V over here. I would have rather seen him pick up a Shio. Thoughts on Han at the moment? Han is okay. It's not really fitting the meta, but he's okay. Athna, okay. Good counter. Good counter. There is an Akroma on the side of Zezas potentially, which might be okay-ish in this match. But not crazy good. I'm not too sure about the Pater. It kind of works, but it also kind of doesn't work. I'm liking the Vert. Vert is nice. Vert is really good. Zezas has a good draft. Let's see if Big V has a good 5th. But I might think that whatever Big V puts in the 5th is going to get banned regardless. Or there's the ban on the Vanessa. Like, those two are the most prominent bans, I would say. Can he make a good 5th, which is a must ban? Can't really think of something that he has as LDs that's could be good. I don't know. I think that Big V would win this, but I'm not sure. This match is a lot closer than the match coming up now after. Dark Megami. Not too sure, because this is a relative easy ban on the Vanessa. And then ban on the other side would be probably Vert, because you have too many AoEs. But you just added another AoE to the table, and therefore your Vert is the must ban. Otherwise, you could have banned out the Bayek and maybe stunned the Shiho. But that only works if your speed lead wasn't banned. So I think it's a Vanessa ban and a Vert ban, but I think that Zezas has the upper hand. Actually, an Athna ban. Interesting. An Oliver ban. Okay. That is the worst Athna ban I've seen in my life. 3 fire units, you ban the Athna. Well, I totally did not expect an Oliver ban there, to be honest. Well read by Big V right there. But then, I'm not too sure about this Megami into a Vert. Okay, Megami actually moves all the way first. Interesting. Pushes back. Do we get a counter? No, does counter. Yep, rip counter. Thought for a second he didn't counter. Reset. Double reset. Into the stuns. Well, stuns in this case could go for the Vanessa stun. That's very tanky and on Vio. Curious to see where the damage is going to come from Big V. We have seen gods with an insane damage on the Pater. Try to get the increased cooltime. If you go for the skill 3 right now, do you get provoke on mainly the Bayek? No provoke on Bayek, but additional turn, this might do a lot of damage. Do you kill a Bayek with this? Zezas has good runes though, so I do think it's pretty tanky. But you do want to get crit rate and shit on it. 25k, that's so much damage. Must say, the one from Guts did more, but can you kill on this skill 1 though? That is the big question. I don't think you will, because you have to hit like 4k. Ooh, 5k the second additional turn. Okay, I take my words back. In this case, Big V is very lucky. Zezas is not being lucky. Zezas not being lucky in this one. Because I would say upper hand in draft was definitely on Zezas' side. Gotta be fair in that one. He did get the counter, which is a 45 check early on, but match would have been fairly different if he didn't get that. That is fair. But yeah, Big V is stealing those procs from him. That's absolutely a true statement right there. And he's definitely sitting on the back foot over here. Stun on the skill 1. Does stunner. Yep. All or nothing. Did stun one, but that's not gonna help you that much. Yeah, I'm still not sure about Dark Megami, man. I'm not a big Dark Megami fan at all. Like, not my cup of tea, not my kind of unit. But hey, if it works, it works. Also, that Vert is very tanky, probably, but absolutely no damage. Oh, no, wait, it's just the Finesse is crazy tanky. That is the issue. Holy shit. The Vert was doing 2Ks on the Megami, but 1Ks on the Vanessa. Sheer minus stats help. This skill 3 actually goes through that, so is he still gonna send it? Still sends it. Yep, that's a lot of damage. Interesting to... Yeah, the whole draft of Big V, very interesting. But then again, Big V is known to do interesting drafts. He was drafting Miles when no one was drafting Miles. That was like pre-Miles buff kind of stuff. He was already rocking in the Miles and stuff, so... But in this draft, he definitely had the upper hand over there. Miles Dark Raccoon. Yep, Miles Dark Raccoon Konomiya. I must say it kind of did work because Konomiya procced in every godforsaken turn that the Konomiya had at the time. But that is still the most creative draft I've ever seen on an SWC. Well, let's see. Any codes? There was a code. Isn't Megami just a worse Eludia? Kinda true-ish. Loki, kinda true. Like, I'm personally not a big fan of Dark Megami. Like, I would not really be drafting that in RTA. Because I just feel like that AoE CC meta or AoE debuff meta is not really that crazy good. Eludia is decent. Well, only thing what Megami has up versus the Eludia is that Megami is probably more tanky. And yeah, that probably has more value. But then again, Eludia damage is pretty decent. But then again, I don't really like damage cleaves at the moment. More base speed? I'm not sure how much is 99 base Eludia. Okay, that's terrible. Favorite Laura counter? Eludia is a nice Nam Trapper, that's very true. Shiho ban and a Oliver ban. Do we go back to that Vanessa first pick then? Or are we looking in the first pick Okeanos? I could see that work as well. Chandra first pick. Okay, Big V I cannot predict. Zezas still going back to Twin Angels. He was mostly rocking 100 res Water Twin Angels, so I do think it is that one. Okeanos back at again. Sekhmet. Okay, definitely a little bit of older meta style where Chandra and Sekhmet were like the early two picks. Back to the Pater. Well, the Pater was doing a fair bit of damage. Juno. Bit of an early Juno, but is understandable. But if you go for Juno right now, I could definitely see Big V locking in Meo Wang, Misty in the 4 and 5 when you're looking at a bad draft. So Zezas has to think of that with a 4. That's... No, I would still say pretty open for Misty Meo Wang on the side of Big V. Probably Big V goes something different, but if he were to go anything along the lines of that, he would have had a good match. Or we will have a good match. Let's see. And does he like something completely different? Big V does have a fair bit of LDs as well, so yes, probably a bunch of units to go through. Was he... I would also say that a NFL does seem pretty interesting in here. Okay. Loki, I kind of like it. Chowban 100%, but I think you almost have to respect this. This is a 4-star. Or is it? No, wait, that's a 5-star. But yeah, that one is the one that gets more A to B when allies are stunned or something weird like that. But it's definitely more A to B on like stunts. Josephine, however, I would have rather seen a Fire Monkey than Josephine, for sure. God Daniel, is he good? Yeah, he's interesting. Personally, not a big fan once again. But I've seen some people use it to a decent extent. Ooh, wait, I did miss the pushback. He did land the reset, but he did not land the pushback. Well, that's totally fine. What are we gonna do over here? Damage on the side of Zezas is not that much, but the sustain on the side of Big V is just the shield and a little bit of Pater healing. Which also not crazy. Also, the Water Gojo in this matchup. Not sure if it's really the best thing out there. Oh, resisted that. That's actually kind of beneficial. Do you send the S2? If you land heal blocks, it's good. Heal blocks on most unit, that's really good. That's really good. Also, armor break on the Okeanos. That will be killed by the Pater. Yep. Probably sends the S2. Kills it. 17k. Additional turner. Do you send the S3? No, I think you just try to get a stun. Stun on the Gojo. Did not get the stun on the Gojo. Stun on the Gojo. No stun on the Gojo. Additional turn. Stun on the Gojo. Stun on the Gojo. Took a few extra turns to get there. Is he gonna send his stun though? Don't think it is. Okay, he tries. Worst target to actually land that on. Plus got stunned in the process. Does have S2. The dots though. Dots don't kill it. Reset Juno? You do steal speed buff, but is it that much value to steal speed buff? Loki, I think it is. Okay. Ooh, more additional turns. Big V is definitely liking them additional turns today, that is for sure. We will say goodbye to Juno in a second. Or not to Juno, to the other one. Also, the Juno will be healing. He should have actually hit this. Because of the heal block over there, he should have been hitting this rather than that. Because all of the damage he did over there is gone. And he could have had this HP bar way lower right now. Okay, goodbye to that one. Mr. Chung School of Proc. Oh man, I remember the SWC with Mr. Chung, man. That dude went insane on his Velajul with Light Monkey. That dude procced so immensely much. It was absolutely insane. Okay, only one crit. Yep, okay. Big V is taking them W over there with all of those procs. How much do you do no armor break? I would say 8k. The sides you use as one to keep the healing in on the passive. Makes sense, makes sense. I respect that. 5k on that. That's good damage skill one. I think he's not going to change. I think it just sends a skill one. Yep, not that much damage on skill one though. But the Josephine is showing that she's doing a lot of work. Does he go S2? If you S2 right now and you stun the Pater. Nope. Does he send it right now? Does send it. Only 3k. That's not that much damage. That's very high on defense. Well, also the defense buff helps a lot with defense, of course. No strip. But stun. Into the dots. Yep. Yeah, from here, Juno ain't gonna win this. Juno ain't gonna win this. So we got second W on the side of Big V. 3 match points for Big V. However, we have seen reverse sweeps. It is definitely possible. It is very, very possible. Very well ruined, Josephine. Yep, but also the Chandras. Like, all of these units on the side of Big V are really good ruined, I would say. Like, to have a player to do this much damage is difficult. Chandra, good damage. Josephine, also good damage, but still good shields. Good rune quality on the side of Big V, absolutely. Okay, 3 match points. Let's see if he can go it all the way. Very well said, Josephine. Well, that is very true. That is very true. Big V in both matches had the very upper hand of RNG, yeah. Now, so the V stands for very big amount of violent. Hey, yeah, fair right there. Fader on the respect ban. Big violent, yep. Seems that way. Let's see. All from the side of Zezas. Last time around he went for Vanessa plus the Fire Twin Angels. But I would rather see him steal the Shiho. Not sure if Big V maybe doesn't have Shiho ruined and he only has Athna ruined. Could also be a thing, I don't know. Okeanos, Twin Angel steal, okay. Annabelle. I've seen that a fair bit as well. But do you go NFL Shiho? NFL Shiho makes it a little bit awkward. It's not that bad, but it makes the Shiho less fitting, so therefore he takes it away. Assure is a better pick for the pairing, makes sense. Then on this side, could go towards Athna, but I don't really like it in this matchup. I would rather keep that for a 5th. Well, what would you like to go for then right now? More Twin Angels. Did not get the memo of Twin Angels being nerfed. Fair, they're still strong. More Twin Angels. Back to the Josephine. Was a very good Josephine, understandable. Back to the Juno. I'm not a big Juno fan in this matchup right now. If Zezas has the same RNG as the last 2 matches, he's definitely gonna lose this. Let me tell you that much. Because that's a Nobara ban. And I'm definitely liking the draft of Big V more. But the draft of Zezas can work if the bike and the Oliver do a lot of work on proccing. And landing everything. But if that's not the case, the whole draft of Zezas goes to shamble. Let's see, can you make a good 5th that is a must ban? To be honest, Loki, just a Raccoon or something weird would be good. Angela Raccoon. Valajul, well, hey, I fit it into something weird. But yeah, I would say probably Nobara ban. Or could you with this draft ignore the Nobara? Well, the main thing is... Ooh, he's gonna ignore it. The main thing is Okeanos is actually not counted by Nobara at all. It is the Wind Twin Angels that's counted by Nobara. But let's see if the Nobara is gonna do a lot of work or not. Okay, first turn belongs to the Shiho on the Okeanos. Can we stun it? 3k per hit is good damage. Like half HP, that's really good damage. Big question right now, do we go for the Bayek? Can we land on the Bayek? Goes for the Bayek, lands on the Bayek. Skill 3 probably on the Shiho. Just to try to get armor breaks in, I guess. Yep. Armor break did connect. Like I said, if Zezas has the same RNG as in the last 2 matches, he's not gonna like this draft. Ooh, wait, did he miss? Did he go? He went for the S3, but he missed it on the Nobara. I told you, man. If you're on a bad luck streak, you cannot get away with a draft like this. If you're on a bad luck streak, you cannot draft like this, man. I know too much about that. I know too much about that. That's insane. Big V's RNG is absolutely insane over here. Would you send Rain of Stones? No, everything is stunned already. Just reset, yeah. Yeah, reset on that. Oh, the additional turn. You could send it for damage, but I would wait with it. Well, there's good odds that the Oliver procs out right now. Doesn't. I would have gambled to send the S2 over there. Not gonna lie, I would have definitely sent the S2 over there. So in this case, we once again, now we have Rain of Stones. Additional turn, yeah, no. Big V hella cooked him, man. He hella cooked him. He ate it for lunch, dinner, and breakfast, man. No, you can't make that up what you're stunning over there, man. You can't make that up. That is insane. That is insane. Well, then again, Nobara is only like 1 turn stun. It doesn't matter. Like, it's already GG. But, damn. Yeah, Zezas got hella cooked. Zezas does not know how to play with bad RNG. He's not used to this kind of shit. I can tell you that much. Because drafting a draft like Zezas was doing when you are on like a bad luck streak, and trust me, I do heavily believe that something like a bad luck streak exists. Same as like 4 times on the same target. RNG in this game doesn't make any sense, brother. How do you 4 times hit the same target on a random skill 2? That's insane. I'm telling you, man. Bad luck RNG streaks exist. I'm telling Contours it does. But they were like, nope, it's all normal, it's all balanced. I'm like, I'm 100% sure it's not. They were like, nope, it is. Nope, it's not. It's not. Basically, it's only 3 random. Then again, 25% check 3 times in a row. But I must say, Big V, very well played. Zezas did well, but Big V proc better. Something like that. Well, to be honest, I did like his draft. It was definitely countering the meta while not having to pick the meta units, which makes drafting a little bit more predictable on the side of how to play against it. Did you talk to Contour's gaslighting department? Damn. RG's curse? Yeah, that's... I said it before as well. This is the reason I don't like to compete in SWC myself. Because you prepare all year for this kind of stuff, and then it's just like, landing absolutely nothing. Enemy lands all GG's. So yeah, then we have the replay of the whole match again. I actually expected this all the way to go best of 5. But yeah, then again, if one player has that much good luck, the other player has that much bad luck, it's GG. It is very GG. So we only have the Reeki match coming after this. Yeah, apparently they didn't want a Brazilian in Brazil on the America's Cup, apparently. Hey, Contour's decision, not mine. Yes, good damage on the monkey. 2.9ers, definitely not bad. Not bad damage at all. When Netherlands Cup? Don't think that will ever happen. Apparently, we don't have big enough audience to fill venues and stuff. They tried a few times with like the Amsterdam meetup, but it was always like a big part of no-show. He can try this monkey damage next year. No, he still has a chance next week. I think Zezas does have a very good shot at making it next week, though. I would be very surprised if he doesn't make it in. And yeah, he's a great player. He has good stuff. But I definitely think he's been smacking a few tables. And for all the right reasons. This group was stacked. Yep. Yeah, Badowni in here is like, especially the top side was really strong. Like, Seppi is a pretty good player as well. Badowni is a really good player. And then, of course, Big V and Zezas are great players. But yeah, I expect Zezas to make it in from the losers bracket. I would be very surprised if he doesn't. And look at all of those units. They kind of suck. Zappi's draft in the Chow game was questionable. I did not see that match. I came in after the first best of 5s, or the first 2 best of 5s. Roar. So yeah, there's just one more match. Tomorrow I will also be doing viewer party on America's Cup, but probably also starting at around like 1 hour in. Because tomorrow's time for podcast. Big V is the top seed here, yes? I do think so, yeah. I think he finished like rank 5 in the qualifying season. Or like somewhere top 10-ish. With whom? Podcast will be with Guts, the first qualifier for World Finals. And with Rex and with Neff. So it will be, the stream of tomorrow will be Rush into podcast into America's Cup Viewer Party. That's game plan. That's the game plan. But the America's Cup Viewer Party will start like late. But then again, we will see who qualifies, which is the good stuff. Yeah, we'll start stream from around, I think, like 8:30-ish. 12-hour stream? No. Like, probably stream like 8:30 my time until probably, I would say 1 a.m. to maybe 1:30, 2 a.m. I do expect, but I need to also make it in through losers bracket. And the players that I play tomorrow is Truel for sure. Wait, who are the other players that are still in there? I did vote for a whole bunch of them, but I already forgot. I do know Truel plays tomorrow. I definitely expect him to make it in. Let's see. Prediction event. Stay Hive, Twan. Okay, definitely familiar names, yeah. Ladrillo is on that side too, right? Yeah, I'm not sure what the brackets look like, but wouldn't be surprised if those two make it in. Oh, here, prediction event. Show me them brackets. Can we see the brackets? I cannot click on view bracket anymore. God damn it. I think I would say Ladrillo and Truel have the most chance to make it through if they don't face one another in the bracket. So for the people I voted in was Big V, Badauni, Zezas, Zepha, Reeki, Ladrillo, Pandalik, and Truel. Pandalik was more of a wild card for me. But I was like, yo, Brazilian Lucky probably makes it in. Plus he was ranked 31. Actually, so far, I'm 100% correct on all of the guesses. I had Kaelin Bowin, I had Puin, I had Gutsin. Then I have Big V in. From the next match, either Reeki or Zepha, I have both in. So I'm 5 for 5 right now. And then actually from this morning, Chalice, I was also correct. So I'm 6 for 6 on the gambles. I'm OP. Yeah, I had Chalice in. Well, actually, to be honest, on Korea, I voted for friends. So I voted for Chalice and Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom lost in the first match, but Chalice made it in. Dr. Doom could still make it all the way losers bracket. It's possible. But yeah, so far I'm 6 for 6. Actually, people from Korea told me to vote for Pure Luck. But Chalice played really well. Say she's a Comtos employee, confirmed they told you who will win with those procs. It's not how it works, man. That's not how it works. I can also tell you that I'm like 600 LDs without an LD5 at the moment. So if that's Comtos employee rates, then being an employee sucks. Damn. I just did the collab gift box. I got 225 crystals. It's not bad. Those ain't bad numbers. Yeah, someone says it was a call for a bigger win. Okay. Maybe somewhere in the future. Who knows? To be honest, with the current units of LDs, what will be my most favorite thing to pull? I don't even know. Your Chalice and Zizong. Zizong is a good pick as well. He's a great player as well. Who do you have for winning the entire thing? Ooh, I would probably bet it on Pooh or Kaelin Bao. I think if we're just looking at like how well everyone is playing on like Legend Tournament and stuff, and like understanding the meta, I would say Kaelin Bao has good odds. Pooh has good odds, but Diligent also. Like, I think those three, but sure, we're still gonna have like a few balance patches and who knows what happens. But those three, I think, do very well. Also, low-key, Ismo. I think Ismo is insane. Like, if any European would ever win, I would say Ismo is the best bet. Diligent easily eats Pooh. If Pooh has more time to prepare, I think Pooh does better. Zepha against Reeki. Let's see if Zepha goes for the disrespect again, man. Freaking Zepha with the locking on the bell, man. What is he doing? But yeah, I think for Europe, best player we have right now is Ismo. It's just that he doesn't like to play a lot on ladder. But I definitely do think that Ismo has a good chance to win Legend Tournament as well. If any European wins, it's most likely Pinky. Is good odds as well, but I would say that Ismo's account is just way better. Hey, we got Ismo over here. Stop lurking. You called me? No, people were asking, like, who do I give a chance to win the whole thing? And I actually do say, Loki, you have a good chance. I'm doing good, man. How about you? Doing some night shifts on your side? Ismo with 40k good build battles. Why did he? We need Obabo to stop trolling in SWC. Well, that's actually... I saw that last time with Obabo playing the Legend Tournament. And people were shouting, it's like, why is he not using the Dark Siren and that kind of stuff, like the 2A Harpu? It's like, that's just not his playstyle anymore. Feels like you're stuck, you don't get any upgrades anymore. Hey, that makes sense. If you already, like, a rune only has this much of a ceiling, you cannot go above that, right? Less than Tars also in pool. Less than Tars are really good too. There's a lot of good players. Like, Loki, there's a lot of good players, yeah. Also, Guts. I think Guts is a really good player. Like, now he picked up a good LD with this Gianna. Guts is insanely good at the moment. I'm really happy that Guts made it in from France itself. But let's look at this match. We have some Gojo shenanigans going in. Laura and the Dark Monkey being banned. All for one side. Do we go for Okeanos? Light Gojo, Okeanos? I love that, man. That's always a strong combo. Early Layla? Okay. I'm not sure about the Layla, though, because you have nothing to pair for D-Boss with the Layla just yet, but that probably comes in the 4 and 5 then. Juno. Makes a lot of sense. Liking that Juno. Loki, I could see Raigeki go for Douglas in the 5th if Zepha's not careful. I could also see Misty plus Meoweng. Misty Meoweng would be pretty strong for Zepha right now. At least Meoweng. Misty maybe not as much. Oh, I would have rather seen that Meoweng. Meoweng over Misty because it also counters Oliver. Good old Sonya. Is that the Sonya respect? Yeah, you gotta respect the Sonya, otherwise you lose a unit. I think Sonya respect and probably Misty respect. But the Layla's kind of weird. I don't like the Layla from Zeph and slot 2. But we have seen the Raigeki Juno do an insane amount of damage. Not sure what that thing is on, but he on some crazy shit. Okay, respect on the, what's called the Panda. Let's see what we have. 2/6 per hit. Yep. Let's see how much damage he has on this. Not crazy much damage, I would say. But still, good amount of damage. Half HP. Probably higher defense target as well. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, if you were a Meowing right now rather than a Misty, Oliver wouldn't have been that much of an issue. Ooh, didn't land jack shit on that Layla. Yeah, I think that Raigeki is gonna make quick work of these matchups, at least looking draft-wise. Okay, Payers do like the proc. Everyone has been looking at the Payer of Guts, doing like 30k. Okay, that was not a 30k hit. Not even remotely close. That was absolutely nothing right there. Okay, Gojo can only do skill 1. Send it towards the Oliver. Resisted on the Oliver. Additional turner over there. Stunner on the Layla. Yep, that shouts GG right there. Ooh, with the strip you would have killed. Well, actually, no, the healing of the Fader would have prevented that. Decent damage, but I don't really see a Misty win this at all. The Juno does too much damage. At some point, you get an armor break from the Megami. It's just too much work from that. Armor break from the Megami. Well, that's shaken off pretty fast, though. But this Juno is too good. The only misplay that Reeki can make right here is now focusing on the Misty and not focusing the other units earlier. Okay, he does focus the Misty. If he full kills it right now, it's fine. But if he starts switching back and forth, that's how people lose to Misty. But killing it right now is not an issue. But I've seen a lot of people like do a little bit of damage to Misty, then switch to another target again. Then Misty is healing full HP again. And back and forth on that. Yeah, that doesn't really help. But yeah, as mentioned, I would say that a Meo Wing would have done a lot more in this whole draft because it would have probably killed the Oliver way earlier. Would have been max stacked. Sure would have had more damage from the Shiho, but then again, Meo Wing has way higher base stats than the Net 4, so... Misty is on Vamp Runes, always, yeah. The offset is... could be a lot of things. Could be Nemesis, could be Will, could be Revenge, could be just... legitimately focus or energy or blade, but it's always vampire, yeah. They're not allowed to concede, it's official. I'm not sure about the America region, but in Europe they prefer you to not leave the match unless there's one unit on the field, mainly because like the production has to do like the assets of like who won and that kind of back and forth. And if it suddenly is like, okay, someone just ends the match, it's hard for them to catch up right on the moment, that kind of stuff. So they prefer you not to leave the match in Europe. I'm not sure how that is for the other regions. But it is also somewhat of a recommended thing, which casters mostly do call out, which is not always what the players are doing, because they're kind of just following the rules. It's like thinking about the next match. What do you want to do for like the pre-ban on the next? What do you want to do for like the pick and bans and all that kind of stuff? So, yeah. APAC, China, Korea quit often. Yeah. Yeah, you see it more often in different regions, yeah. Imagine someone just surrendering by getting outsped. Never seen that happen. Never seen that happen. Well, we have a few players in Europe that tend to quit earlier as well. Ooh, Dark Monkey plus... Yep. I'm liking the draft of Zepha and the 1 and the 2. I'm not sure if it's gonna do good, but I'm liking the idea. The idea is very nice. But then again, you do have the Laura plus the Twin Angels on that side. Good counter by the Megami. Liking the Megami over there. And what kind of counter do you have? Light Gojo is really nice in the meta as well. Absolutely. Back to the Sonya and the Ciara, so you have double lead. I could see a world where you just go for... If you're... yeah, I would say third. Third in the third, or third in the fifth. Ban out the Sonya. Either the Megami will be annoying, or the Verd will be annoying. I kind of like that. Unless you have a Federica, that would definitely take a turn, but then you would have to be double Nem for sure. Ragdoll. Ooh, do I like that? It's respected, so in the end, I do like it. Megami is going to be pretty annoying, though. But there is going to be a 50-50, or even less than a 50-50, because you have too many buffs that the Megami has to strip. Also, Twin Angels, crazy fast moving after this, but I think that Megami will cut. Missed a lot, though. Can you land on the Sierra? I think you have to go Sierra. Okay, did not land that. Wait, Pader cuts at the perfect moment. No, the Pader. The Pader cuts at the perfect moment. GG's on that one. Holy shit. The Pader cut. Wait, did it just full send this S3? Yeah, okay, this match is kind of GG anyways, because Gojo moves, Pader moves, Monkey armor breaks, GG's. Pader is going hard, man, for players. Pader is definitely one of those units that's doing really good in current meta. Raigeki just rage S3. Yeah, makes sense, makes sense. 25k on that hit. Whew. Someone's asking, are those crit damage? Yes, that's supposedly crit damage. I don't think you're gonna do that much damage with a crit rate. I haven't seen the stats on them, though. But I would definitely say it's crit damage. I will ask Guts tomorrow. Because he's on the podcast tomorrow anyways. But Pater is hard to rune. It's crit damage. Yeah, it makes sense. What's up, video? How you doing? It makes sense, but crit damage is so hard to rune because you want 100 crit rate. You want to outspeed all of your other Vio units. And you want to be like crit damage. That's insane. It's like plus 170. Oh, that's kind of on the slow side. But then again, Guts, actually, I did mention it during the cast as well. Guts plays everything a slight bit slower than what you normally see with a lot of those players. Like, if you see Ismo, like, the whole team is, like, plus 200 Vio and shit. Guts actually has a lot of stuff in, like, 185, 180-ish. I think 25k is crit rate. Fair. If you have good crit damage artifacts, you can probably do that. Stats matter, yep. Yeah, I was actually thinking the moment I go back to playing RTA, which I actually have no clue when that is going to be because I currently still don't really like the meta. I would say that I would probably go for slowing down a lot of the units a little bit as well and just going for more stats. How about Livered? I haven't seen Livered in a while. I also don't have regular like contact with him at all, so I have no clue if he's actually actively playing or not. People are picking up Annabelle. That was always his signature unit. I think Annabelle in the current meta does fit pretty decent because Annabelles are mostly 100 res. Shields are almost never high accuracy. It's also really good against the Bayek. So if you're fighting a She-Ho plus Bayek and you have issues against that, running up 100 res Annabelle is pretty solid. Monkey with the respect and the Laura with the respect. So I'm like 2 months inactive. Not surprised. She-Ho for the first pick. Oliver plus Josephine. I am not liking Josephine meta. Like, that's one of those main things. Like, Josephine being a core pick makes me not like the meta. Like, to be honest. That's just a fair take. Does Thompson still play? Thompson does still play, but he doesn't want to play competitive anymore, as far as I know. Because Thompson definitely could play competitive, I think. But he just likes his chill. Misty plus the Bayek. Okay, fair units. Fair units. Zepha, what do you have as counter? Give me something crazy. You know you can outspeed those units. Give me something crazy. Well, then again, if you go 33 lead right now plus like a Sonya, you're gonna lose your Sonya. Okay, liking that one. Valeska, let's go. Probably banned out. Zenitsu. I'm not liking that. Zenitsu is already counted by Josephine. Zenitsu is counted by Oliver. What the fuck is that thing even doing on the field? Thompson's getting so stressed out. Yeah, I can imagine. Thompson just likes to play for fun. Well, I'm not liking the Zenitsu over here. Vanessa ban. Okay. At least Valeska's in. It could be interesting. Yeah, like, the Zenitsu angle is not really there because of Oliver on the field. Okay, does outspeed. Not that much damage, 1.7s. Okay. Valeska sitting at a little bit of damage already. Armor break on the first hit is very deadly from a Misty. Kind of a useless proc. Okay. Full arsenal. 15k, not that much damage. Additional turn, not really that useful. Would have rather seen that additional turn on the monkey. Or not on the monkey, on the Zenitsu. Stuns. Not too bad. You gotta stun the left one as well. Okay, does stun. If nothing procs out, it might kind of work-ish. Skill 1 on the Oliver. Ooh, did he miss a crit? Yeah, he did miss a crit. What the fuck is Zepha cooking, man? Yeah, now you lose your skills. You lose the armor break. GG's. S2. All or nothing. I love it that this skill is called all or nothing. Isn't that like freaking ironic? Because it is pretty much all or nothing. Well, he landed 0 armor breaks. Yeah, that's just with this meta, man. Everything is half an activation check. And that's just ass. That's just so ass. Yep, that's a GG right there. Good damage from that Misty. Raigeki definitely did farm some fair bit of artifacts. That is 100% effect. The man has some crazy artifacts on the Juno, some crazy artifacts on the Misty. Good stuff, Mr. Raigeki. So 2 match points for Mr. Raigeki up against Zepha. Almost as bad as the Genny Hathor meta. Well, the Genny Hathor meta actually had all units with 100% activation skills. They just had to go through the resistance check and that's it. But in this case, you have to go through the resistance check, but also the activation check. And that part makes it kind of like, yeah, I don't like that. I do not like that. But in this time around, are we going to be banning the Gojo? Tian Langer ban? I haven't seen Zepha use his Tian Lang at all. All of a first pick for the side of Raigeki, that's for sure. But what does Zepha like to answer then? Could go for the Gojo plus Dark Monkey again. I kind of do like that style, especially when the Shio is not available. Raigeki might go for a Sonya late, but you can ban that. Vanessa, though. I would have rather seen Gojo plus Monkey, but let's see what he pairs with this. Gojo Monkey. Gojo Monkey. Let's go. I believe. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Twin Angels. Twin Angels Laura. No, Steel of the Miying this time around. Okay. Definitely would still go for the Megami +1. Megami Pater last time around worked very well. I don't mind that here neither. Megami Pater. He's watching the stream. Oh. Well, I had half of that correct. Okeanos is decent-ish though, but I kind of like you to already lock in the speed lead. Because now Megami could be on the side of Raigeki. Yep. Exactly for that reason. So Zepha has a more of an awkward speed lead right now. To a Misty. Makes sense. Well, actually, with the 4 and the 5 of Raigeki, Zepha could decide not to go for a... what's it called? Not to go for a speed lead. But you still kind of want... Do you want an AoE strip for your Monkey? No, actually, you don't really need it. Layla. Not sure if I'm the biggest Layla fan. Once again, Meowang in the 5th for Zepha would have been pretty solid. Meowang in the 5th. Banning out the Miying. Would have been some options. Just ban Light Twins. Yep. But big question is, how much can that Megami do? Layla's kind of cracked. True. Well, I was actually planning, like, if I'm gonna play RTA on my account, I'm just gonna go for a fun team with, like, Nyx, Layla, Maximilian, Nefties, Dark Monkey. All of that kind of weird-ass fucking strong stuff. Okay. Goes for the S2. Yep. Layla's pretty fast as well. Ooh, did not land. Wait, if you... you cannot go for... You have to still go for the Megami right now. Wait, does not go on the Megami, but the Megami has the S2 right now. Zepha, you're inting. Okay, never mind. The Megami is inting for you. The Megami is inting for you. Resets... Oliver? Yeah. Oh, Megami reset. Okay. I guess we're proccing back and forth. Ray and the Stoners. The only thing is killing the Misty is going to be pretty hard with this lineup. The main damage is going to be Okeano skill 3 and Pater skill 2, but it's not things that you have up that often. Good stun though. 10k hit, that's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. Reset on the Ollie. Is this game skill-based? To a certain extent, yes. To a certain extent, also pretty RNG-based. Rain of Stoners. What is this, California? Hey, I'm from the Netherlands. What do you mean? Well, it's 3 to 5 stones. That definitely does sound like a stoner move to do. Misty is crit damage? Ooh, could be. But then the Misty is also probably a bit squishier. And no stunner. But yeah, the Misty is doing a fair bit of damage, absolutely. 0.2. Damn. Is his life? Yep. Maybe I should be looking into a crit damage Misty as well, because I actually have bad crit rates for him. I might have a good crit damager for him. And Misty's fine to be a little bit slower. It will rock up the speed later anyways. But where I expected Big V Zezas to be a close match, this seems to be the match that goes all the way best 5. Ooh, Okeanos helle inting. What the fuck was that, Okeanos? Half activation rate on all units. Okeanos just decided, like, nah, I actually don't want to be in SWC, never mind. Well, that's also a lot of damage. I don't think you kill the Misty from this point on. Yeah, that Okeanos was hella throwing. How to kill this Mio right now? Okay, the S2, could you kill? Yeah. No, well, you have damage reduction. Nerf of the Mio. I think I would have sent the S2 right there. Or would you kill? Yeah, no, add damage kills here as well. Yep, add damage kills. Okay, Misty, can you do it? I think this Misty can do it. It's doing a lot of damage. Yeah, that's no damage. It's just the Rain of Stones. And the Rain of Stones still 2 turns away. 1 turn away. Does this kill? Doesn't kill as of yet. But it has still Wild Blow. Not enough damage. That's a really good Misty, yeah. Rain of Stones does absorb a little bit. No, not enough. Strong Misty. Very strong Misty. But Okeanos, hella inting. Freaking hell, it's like Rain of Stones could have stunned the whole bunch. Less than nothing. Well, I feel a good chance that... ooh, what's on the revenge? Nice. Good Misty play. Well played, Reeki. So the players that are in are Big V and Reeki. Last time you saw his Misty was crit rate. Okay. But still, did do a fair bit of damage. Misty LD5. Imagine Misty having a freaking net 5 base stat. Would be insane. Losing against a vegetable rip. Oh, that's the best. That's the best. So yeah, I'm currently 7 out of 7 players voted correctly for SWC. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, I think I should put some good stuff to a Misty as well, but I don't really have great vampire runes. I farmed a fair bit of Necro, I have crazy rage runes, but my vampire runes really suck. But yeah, that's all for today, folks. Oh wait, there will be another code, so let's wait for another code, and then we call it a day. Alter Ego. Actually, Shio's skills, like name, are pretty interesting. All or Nothing and Alter Ego. Ah. But Raigeki, Juno skill 2.6k. It's insane. It's insane. I'll also be making the highlights of these matches into a video. Will be my video of tomorrow. Juno crack. Yeah, that Juno was, I'm not sure what she was taking, but give me a gram of that, because that shit was working. Yeah, the Valeska didn't really cut it at all, no. Valeska was also nerf. What was her nerf again? I forgot. Does she has less damage output or something right now? Is it less damage output for the allies or something, right? Or is it also herself? I don't remember. Just remember that she was slightly nerfed. Machine gun. Juno on Revenge or Nem? I recommend Revenge. If you have way better Nem runes than Revenge, it would be better. Or it would still be good. But in general sense, Revenge has more potential for countering, despairing, Countering, getting turn, AoE stripping, despairing, that kind of crazy shit. When she has 100 stacks, she doesn't reduce her cooldown. Ah, yeah, that's pretty strong, actually. Reeki said he would be showing all his runes later on stream. Ooh, that's cool, that's cool. Yeah, let's wait until Reeki is live then. I'll raid him. I'm mainly curious about the, what's it called? The Misty and the Juno. Yeah, let's wait for Reeki to go live. But once again, the man made it into a America's Cup. He said later, though, not like instantly now. Ah, that sucks. Well, then someone screenshot it for my Discord, because I'm just curious. Mainly about the Juno and the Misty. What do you think about Light Nina? Ass. Any collab unit that's not Light Hwarang. Ass. This is for tomorrow. 21 Stay Hive Orcuds, Ladrillo, Vinny, Pandalic, Crocodile, and Truil. Players that I do think make it out of this will be Ladrillo and Truil. Yeah, that's my my bet on those two. Light Balls, good for Siege. Fair, fair. I agree. But that's more the speedly than anything. Itchy nose. Code? Code? Ah. Yeah, it was slightly noticeable that the Juno of Reeki was squishier. So it could be higher attack. More emblems. You know any good Sigurd Jara comp? No, I don't. 4.2 is crazy. Yep. Send code, please. I'm just waiting for this person that I can copy paste because I'm hella lazy. But also, this thing works. Yep, we'll be checking out the America's Cup as well. Last year, I was also waking up early to do the APAC region viewer party. But this year, I appreciate my sleep. Because otherwise, I would have to put an alarm in like 5 hours-ish to wake up for the APAC region. I'm like, this year, I'm like, nah, ain't gonna do that. Are Laura, Vivachel, Julian draftable together in RTA? Yes, if they fit what you have to fight against. Just spamming those three together won't do all too much for you. Well, guys, thanks for watching. I'll be heading off as well. Let's see if there's anyone streaming at the moment. I don't think so that anyone's going to continue streaming. Nope, don't think so. Well, either way, guys, thanks a lot for watching. Definitely do check out the YouTube channels that I do have. Wait, does it not show on the side of YouTube? Well, on the side of YouTube, you're already on the YouTube channel. So might as well like the freaking stream, because why not? It's for free. You scroll down, press like. Simple as that. And subscribe. I want to hit the 100k subscribe thingies on somewhere at some point in my life, which we're still very far off from. But every subscriber helps a little bit with that. Tomorrow, as mentioned, we're going to start off with the Arena Rush, into the podcast, into the viewer party for the second day of America's Cup. So be there or be a potato. See y'all later.